Welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Age Inquisition. I'm Subponicate Poster.
I'm Lazyfire. Hi.
Hello!
Hi.
And we had a little boo-boo, so we're starting again. But I crafted a really nice dagger, and I'm going to slap that on.
Is it in both slots? What's the other one?
576 damage.
Oh, yeah. That's damn good. I remember when you were playing this thing, you're like barely breaking 100 on both daggers combined. It's such a crazy jump.
Crafting is just so broken, in the best way.
Yeah, I don't think there's a single game that has crafting where you can't end up, like, I think always buying weapons in every RPG is always the wrong way to go. Like, you're always going to get something better from a drop, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I feel like there should be a game where you can just buy something really nuts in a store. That's always good.
Yeah, they had crafting in Origins, but all you could craft were, like, traps and stuff that weren't exceptionally useful.
Yeah.
You could put them to some use, but yeah, in this, just craft everything. Don't buy stuff. It's useless.
Uh-huh. I feel like that it makes it feel so weird that they even bother. Like, very clearly, the merchants in the game are all there just so you can sell shit to them. They're not there
more or
so you
less.
can buy it.
Black Emporium does have some decent schematics, but even then, you're still crafting stuff.
Yeah, I guess that is sort of the balance that a lot of these games have taken, is they just go, okay, you can buy your plans to build your weapons, or you can buy the raw materials or something like that, but buying weapons here is kind of pointless. But I guess, yeah, I can't think of a decently known game where that's not the case anymore.
Dark Souls, I guess, to some extent. You can upgrade weapons,
Yeah.
but you don't make anything.
No. But you do find, like, my point was not just crafting, but finding weapons, too. Because you're never going to buy a weapon in Dark Souls that's, like, amazing. Or maybe you will. You'll buy, like, crafting materials that are good, but that's about it, right?
Yeah, in the original Dark Souls, you could make interesting weapons by taking something existing and slapping a boss soul onto it,
Oh, yeah.
which I guess was sort of crafting, but...
Yeah, I guess. Gotta stretch for that one, though. So, we're going after a Titan, possibly.
A Titan! Dun dun dun!
Which, in our initial recording, I got kind of indignant about, because, come on, you're in a fucking fantasy universe, just saying Titan is really goddamned lazy.
Exactly. Come up with something new.
Just a little bit of effort. Just, like, 10 seconds of it. I know this DLC is only 6 hours long, which speaks to how long the other DLC was.
It was pretty long.
But, like, that is so much time for a DLC. It's like, if you had enough time to make a 6-hour DLC, you had enough time to come up with something that was, like, another word that was shorthand for really big animal or other object.
Something other than Titan.
Yeah, it just feels like anytime you read about, or, like, if you pay attention to any of this stuff, it's always Titan. Titan, 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 Titan. It's a big thing, I get it. I understand. But, like, let's go with something else once in a while. And with that,
Use a new hyperbolic adjective.
Yeah. Come on, people. Step up your game. But, yeah, they're not going to do that. It's way easier to just say Titan. It's always good shorthand. I think that's why it sticks around. It's nice shorthand for a giant fuck-all thing.
Drop a Titan on it.
Yeah.
You can make those jokes now, too.
Yeah, that would be it. That's the new thread name. Just drop a Titan on it. Or drop it on a Titan. Whoa! That was a hell of a jump.
Nice going, Dorian.
Where the hell do you come from?
Sometimes the physics in this game just baffle the fuck out of me.
Yeah, I think it's always like that with BioWare games where, like, teammates will just randomly appear 2 feet in front of you just hanging out.
Yeah, they've got the tether, so they'll teleport.
I hope we don't run into
Yeah, which isn't bad. Because, I mean, like, imagine... Remember, like, the first Mass Effect game where you could actually get the AI confused and they get stuck on, like, a rock or something? And it's like, sit there at the elevator, like, waiting for them to come over. And the first time you realized, wait, I don't have to wait for this motherfucker to come over here. I can just hit the button and go.
And go.
Yeah.
The other good thing about Mass Effect 1 was how physics would affect quote-unquote lifted targets. And so you could double lift something and then throw it literally out of the skybox. That was the best.
Yeah. That was... Messing with Mass Effect 1 stuff was always great. I was very disappointed a couple of years ago when I bought the first Mass Effect game for the PC and I found out that it was only playable with the mouse and keyboard, which I know that a lot of people will be like, well, what's wrong with that? It is not a good control scheme for that game.
Not particularly, no.
No. This game I heard was actually better with a controller as well.
I think, yeah, they designed it with a controller in mind. They did a PC port, but it seems they gave preference to actually using a gamepad.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of games that are more action-adventure-y are like that, with a lot of PC games that are designed around mouse and keyboard if they're first-person shooters, or RTSs, of course. I don't know, I would definitely, if I bothered buying this game, I'd end up playing it with a controller, probably. Just seems like it's the way to go. Although that L2 to switch to your different spells thing would drive me nuts. Because it's on the right side of the screen.
Yeah, occasionally you'll see it happen in some of my videos where I try to go L2 and I hit L1 instead, which brings up the pause menu.
Yeah, well, the fact that it's on the right side of the screen would drive me nuts. Clog.
Clog's Journal.
His new name is Clog. Too bad.
Clog.
So
He's
wouldn't
having
you?
a bad time of it. He's decided to play around with raw lyrium, which always goes well.
Uh-huh.
This
Always.
to an exiled dwarf. He was experimenting with raw lyrium.
I don't think anything's ever gone bad with the word lyrium and something in front of it. I think it's always been pretty good. Right, Varric?
Worked out great for him.
Uh-huh. Hey, he's still here. His brother isn't. But whatever.
Well, he could be.
Yeah.
In an asylum.
Yeah, somewhere. But, yeah. So, we're gonna run into... You mentioned it earlier, and I think you didn't talk about it in this this run at it, but there are a few enemies that have kind of made a comeback that haven't been in the series, or this game at least yet.
Yeah, previously in this game when you ran into Darkspawn, it was Herlock Alphas and Herlocks, which are just kind of generic-y. But this one has a lot of different varieties. You've got Herlocks and Genlocks and Shrieks and Emissaries, so all of the old friends from Origins have come back. And here's our first Emissary. And the Genlocks, which have been redesigned.
It's always weird when a game decides to redesign an enemy after, I guess 10 years have passed since the first game, but whatever. Like, when you completely redesign the look of it, or at least you change the spirit of the design, that always gets a little weird.
Well, at least they're capitalizing on new hardware and engines and things like that. They look pretty good. They don't look super stupid.
Yeah, I guess that helps.
In Origins, they were, kind of samey. Some variety, but not super different. And in this one, there's a lot of variety.
Huh.
And here we have a puzzle.
Do you light torches? Is
Yep.
it a Zelda puzzle?
Torch lighting puzzles. You want the two in the center to be out, the ones on the side to be on, and lighting a torch puts the one next to it out, so on and so forth.
Torches, they've got obviously pressure plates inside them, right? That's obvious.
I'm like, I don't know how this shit works. We get another puzzle in a minute that all of the BioWare people will recognize.
But you already have a gear puzzle, so you got that going too.
Well, the gears aren't puzzles. It's just collect a certain number and slap them on the door.
Huh.
And it opens up a casket full of loot.
Nice.
And mostly shit.
Oh, well. Yeah, that battle axe only does 210 damage per second. I mean, step up your game, battle axe.
Really.
Really. Come on, battle axe.
And I'll be doing a bit of the chest farming trick, so you'll see me leaving stuff in the chests.
Not a bad plan if it still works, and the fact they haven't patched it is kind of funny. But yeah, I guess they probably can't figure out a way to patch it.
Probably, yeah.
How did we fuck this up so bad? I blame Frostbite, personally. So, you need to have how many gears for that puzzle you ran into?
5, I think, was the first one.
Now, do you need to only collect 5 total gears? Or
Yeah, so...
Because they saw it looked like
in
different
this
sizes.
little area, there's actually 5, but there's 9 separate doors that are opened by gears, and there's gears everywhere. Use your search function because it's dark, and they hide them in strange places.
That's the, What?
Yeah,
Where are you?
Oh my god, I've entered the Matrix!
No! That was a terrible game. And you seem to be highlighted.
Yeah, I've got some really weird lighting going on here, and I'm like, well, maybe I can just... No.
It was quick.
Oh god.
And Bernat returned to the stone with honor. We should all be so lucky.
I guess you could continue from down here. I mean, they built the floor for you and
I'm
everything.
too old to be upset.
Yeah, I'm not sure why I have a modeled floor under a floor. Not like this.
Well, at least you're near a mountain, it looked like. Wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And it sticks me back down there. So I try and
Whoa.
jump off again.
If I jump further this time, I
Yeah,
might
maybe
make
if I do it
up.
at a different spot. No.
That...
And then I said, fuck this! And switched to Cassandra, and then I popped out of the stairs. I don't know what's going on.
If you turn away from Butts, she takes her secret powers and uses them to get through things. Obviously.
And we have a table with a note. Poor Clog.
Poor Clog.
That note's a little disturbing. Talks about pulling out all of his teeth. Oh no.
Oh no.
Yes, as a giant fuck you to the player, they put a Towers of Hanoi puzzle in here.
Oh, again.
Again.
Fucking BioWare's
And it's awful because
favorite
there's
thing.
this chest in front of the table. So you can't just stand there.
Yeah.
You have to, like, move, physically move, to get the shit to highlight. So this puzzle took me a fuck of a lot longer than it should have. And I'm like, I can't... Fuck. God, shit. Fuck.
Yeah, that would be about my reaction to this, yeah. This is... This does not look like it's a good interface.
No, it's really not. If the like I said, if the chest wasn't there, it would be okay. But the fact that you can't really focus on the one on the right and the one on the left at the same time without moving. Yeah.
And... wait.
Press button.
Yeah.
Press goddamn button.
I was kind of wondering where it was, like, cliffhanger. It's like, where's it gonna go?
It's a mystery. Oh, you fucker, that's not what I wanted. I feel like I should speed this up and put yakety sax behind it.
I don't think anyone can endure 20 minutes of yakety sax.
Luckily, it doesn't take me quite that long.
I was worried
Almost.
that the rest of this video was just that, and I was like,
Yeah,
man.
it was, 5 minutes of exploration and 25 minutes of Towers of Hanoi.
Watch me do this puzzle! That's the name of the episode, is Puzzles.
Stupid puzzles.
Fucking puzzles. Who wants puzzles in action games?
I think, well, this is clearly a joke, as we'll see when I actually complete it.
Possibly a reference to the first Mass Effect game as well.
Not directly, but...
Well, there's one of those in that. Because
Yes.
it's very easy to just make one of these things and make people waste time on them. But that's just my opinion.
I don't think this is bullshit at all.
Not at all. I
And
love
I'm like,
this.
that's not where I wanted it. It goes in the middle, and then that, and then that. And we're done, so it didn't take too terribly long.
One's mind would hide secrets behind such madness.
Only a lyrium addled
Mind could come up, yeah, with such madness. I'm like, at least they're taking their own piss, I guess you'd call it.
They
Like, yeah,
sang-
we trolled you.
Yeah, they take fantasy drugs?
Something.
Yeah. That would make sense. I'd buy that with some of the shit that shows up in this game.
Well, the majority of our crew are drunks, which is fine.
Yeah, I mean, that's
And there's a
normal.
door hidden back here, by the way, behind these crates, which is kind of shitty, but there you go.
We built this door to a cave.
Can't have the deep lords.
Welcome to Mammoth Caves National Park. Entered
And I'm like, and there's lit torches? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Well, anytime you walk into any place that's just got random lit torches, and it's like, people haven't been here for 1,000 years. The fuck are these
Who
journal
the fuck
entries?
lit the torches? At least in some areas you actually have to light the torches, which makes sense. Okay, thank you. All that's back here is a beer mug.
And maybe the dark spawn was back there. Like, oh, it's kind of dark out here, guys. Don't you think? Just lighting torches up. What the fuck is this? All
And now we
right,
got all our gears, so we can go back and open the door.
you've been geared up.
Boo.
Sorry, can't help it. I need to come up with terrible puns, or I will die. It's like a shark stopping moving.
And all of these gates have rather disturbing little notes attached to them.
Just keep walking in the corner there. That's fine. Nope, still going. Still going.
We may need more. And if we don't,
If you push hard enough, you can just phase right through the wall.
Well, I was going to say it's Cassandra. She might actually make some headway.
Yeah. Fuck this wall. It's not really here.
Yeah, it's in my way. Goes right through it.
Demonic Kool-Aid man with a sword and a shield. Whoa. I always think that invisibility thing is very useful. That's just me.
You think it's not useful?
No, I think it's very useful because you can just
It
basically...
is. You can get into the middle of a room, you can flank things with it, and you can also just scope out an area.
Yeah, and I think that's actually kind of important in a game like this, because in a lot of situations you have to, maybe not in this one so much, either that or you're very good at it, and I don't know what I'm talking about. Like, if you don't know what you're walking into and what kind of enemies you're going to be fighting, you could really fuck yourself over by just wandering in. And if you're going invisible, it's a little bit better off.
Yeah, you can sort of scope it out. In the majority of the game, it's so open, though, you're fighting outdoors, so you can see everything. And here, around corners and rooms and things like that, where you don't necessarily have a direct line of sight.
Yeah.
So it does help.
And a lot of this game is set pieces, so there's not like a lot of infinite respawn areas or anything like that where you have to defend yourself. Making observations. I'm very good. Ooh, you get arrows. And explosives.
Oh, those are creature research items.
Huh.
So you turn them into a certain table in Skyhold, and then you'll do bonus damage against those types of enemies when you get enough.
Okay, for some reason I'm like, I don't remember you picking up arrows at any other time in this game. What the fuck was that? And then I realized, obviously, the creature research makes more sense than anything else.
Yeah, you get, animal parts and things like that. Cleverly hidden gear.
They're not crafting materials after that, or do they only show up
No,
until
yeah,
you
you just keep collecting them.
That
I think
sounds...
it's a random chance to drop a creature research item as opposed to anything else.
Seriously, who lit all these torches in here? Not just the ones in the cave earlier, but like in here.
Oh, I like the floor lamps. I'm not sure exactly what's powering those either.
Lava, maybe?
In the Origins, they did have sort of the big lava trenches, which were cool looking.
Yeah.
And in Genlock Alpha, these guys are mini bosses. They have that big fuck off shield, which blocks most things from the front, and they'll smash your face in with it. And then they also throw axes at you.
That seems
So
okay.
they're a combination of melee and ranged.
They're kind of jerks.
Kinda dicks, yeah.
They seem to be pretty tanky as well. Ah. Set it on fire. That is a good answer to everything.
Truly is.
I don't see anything wrong with that strategy, to be honest with you. But you said that you'd spec Dorian towards fire, right?
Mm-hmm. So he's got that going on, and then I'll just throw grenades at people. They last longer than his spells.
God, that thing is fucking... It's got like 10,000 health.
Oh yeah, I mean, the enemies down here are just these gigantic bags of HP.
Well, I guess at this point in the game, they kind of have to give you that one, considering the status with what your weapons can do. I mean, you're dropping 500 damage per swing on the dagger.
Right, right.
But, you know, still, there's no reason for you to, like, I understand mini-boss and all that, but this is kind of a long fight.
Oh yeah, there's worse shit coming up where it's just like, God, is this fucking thing over yet? And it's not.
It's not encouraging. I mean, look at that. You've almost got Varric down. You had to pick up Dorian.
Yeah, I've got Varric along for flavor. He's not very helpful. He dies a lot. And so does Dorian. I mean, mages are normally squishy, but...
He means that as a compliment.
Yeah.
You're famous.
Mages are almost always universally weak, at least physically, in every one of the video games they're in, so it makes sense, I guess.
You haven't lived till you felt their wings.
Which is why I put them in...
I can't even.
I cheat and use the Silverite trick to make them heavy armor and put them in that, so it helps them a little bit, and, you know, guard on hit and things like that, just to make them a little bit more tough.
Yeah. Gotta do what you can to keep them alive, because they seem to be very good support characters, if nothing else.
Yeah, properly spec mage. I mean, in Origins especially, mages were just broken as fuck. You know, you could control the entire battlefield and heal your players and all sorts of stuff. In this one, there's no real healing spells. You have to rely on potions, but if you are playing as a mage or you're really into micromanaging using the tac cam, you can really control the flow of the battle with whatever you've got.
Yeah, you've been really doing well with this stuff as the rogue, even, so it's not surprising.
Oh, I'm like, yeah, they're just so much fun.
Yeah. Well, like I was saying earlier, I thought this game was built around the rogue experience, so it makes sense that they'd be a lot of fun.
And here we have an ogre, but not an ogre alpha, so while he's a pain in the ass, he's not as nearly as much of a pain in the ass as the alpha. And I got grabbed and... Hey, guys?
Punched.
Guys, could you... Guys? Just repeatedly smashed in the face and then finally thrown on the ground.
Throws you through the floor. Terrible return to earlier.
Get back in the Matrix. It's safe in there.
Yeah, I don't want to be here anymore. Just let me go. Let me go. I'm gonna unplug. God, that was such a funny goddamn glitch. I've never seen like this.
Yeah, and
weird
it happened
collection
again
of it,
in a recording that it was actually during this section that I ended up not using because the quest that we're standing on basically didn't trigger. It glitched out, and so I had to redo it. And I should have saved the glitch at least, but I didn't. So apparently, it's an issue with uneven terrain. If I'm grappling, hooking towards stairs, there's a good chance that I'll end up just going right through them. But now that I know, I may try and do it on purpose.
Yeah, see if you can get around some things. It sounds like a speedrunning tactic. It's like, if you,
Except you're stuck in there and can't fucking do anything. So it's not real good for speedrunning, but it makes for some good glitches.
yeah, it's one of those weird tactics that you hear about and that just doesn't make any sense, but people swear by it.
Get stuck in the stairs, you can't die.
Yeah, you win the game on no death run. So you get stuck on the stairs with the grappling hook. Actually, I love reading those. Look, that worked out. But I love reading like the descriptions or the like descriptions of a game's strategy without actually having played the game, where people just talk like you've played through the entire thing, and it's just like, yeah, well, because of this is what works.
And it just sounds like random nonsense.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I feel like that strategy with the stairs would be if you were not paying attention. Is just like, yeah, glitch through the stairs. Obviously, that's going to make sense. And for some reason, it almost does in this game. Because you just do it so often, by mistake. Or at least in the DLC.
I totally meant to do that. Yeah, I think, the DLC obviously has way shorter dev times, and maybe they aren't able to thoroughly test everything like they do with the main game.
Oh, well, it's an EA game, so when you say thoroughly test, what? Oh, that was not a glitch, right? You meant to do that?
Well, the ogres are very similar to giants, and I'm assuming they have probably the same physics problem where giants will do that. They'll just launch themselves into the fucking air, and they either die when they hit the ground or they take a lot of damage. I mean, I've seen them go like 50 feet up and just die on impact. It's hilarious. We've actually got video of it happening in this Let's Play.
Nice. Yeah, I remember that. That was a good one.
And like I said, it happens all the time with those guys. I don't know why. It's particular to them, but it's always funny when it happens.
It's just so fucking random that actually occurs.
Yeah, no idea what triggers it.
Maybe if they did like an assload of damage when they landed, it'd make sense. But
Cannonball!
yeah, that's it. That's what it should be.
And now our quest works.
Yay.
Click on some dead people.
Can't even tell.
Doesn't help that we cut the hell out of them.
I'm sorry.
No, these were dead when we showed up.
Oh,
Knowing you're already dead. You don't fear the
There's some
killing
poor
blow.
dwarves.
We
Aw.
rest in the stone and pass our strength back to her. That's our reward. But the Darkspawn.
I need to look up and find out if that is actually David Hayter, because it sounds so much like David Hayter.
He's not actually talking about Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
That's okay.
Pay for what they've done.
Actually, I could actually imagine that. It's like, you need Metal Gear to go in here. Ha 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 ha.
I know one day it won't be quick.
It's definitely a Snake Plissken ripoff voice.
It's the truth, Volta.
Yep.
I'm going to die down here. I can only hope it won't be like this.
We'll burn the remains.
With what? You're in a fucking stone dungeon. Just throw them on one of the ever-burning torches or something? No, it looks
Yeah,
like
we just light them up.
just set them on fire. That's fine too.
I've got some fire grenades. And some asshole hit a gear in this fire.
That's a good place for it. I mean, that's where I had all my gears and other items.
Keeps them warm and ready for use.
Uh-huh. Just in case you need it. It helps if you want to brand yourself with it, too.
Get some cool ass marks.
Uh-huh.
There's that area up there where it looks like there should be some stuff, but there's not.
Really.
It's a pot here and then a pot over on the other side.
Nothing up there.
Nothing up there.
Disappointing.
I know, you go right, and they even have a couple of things that look like that. They look like they should have treasure in them, and they don't.
Trying to figure out which ones to take and which ones to leave there.
Yeah, be like, take this, leave that shit behind.
This is what I can sell for the most, or sell it for to get the best value. That's all you care about at that point.
Look at that.
And we're actually swimming in gold, so
Tidehedron.
mostly I'm just farming for schematics at this point.
You can see their torches.
Is there anything you can get that's better than that hate blade, or is that like it?
That's the highest I've found so far.
Huh. There's no love blade, and this annoys me.
There is.
Oh. I'm sad that you're not using both of them.
I think I have one of my other found daggers on just for fun, because otherwise I won't ever use it.
Yeah.
Of our lives.
It's hard to imagine. Like, once you get better weapons, there's no good reason to go back to the old ones. But, yeah.
And a supply cache, which we don't super need right now, but might as well.
Yeah. And then down another level. For next time, of course.
Yep. And join us next time where we keep going down.